tracing paper on the table, city blocks beneath my hand. You came to discuss a building, now you're studying the plan. The architecture office lost its staff before the midnight rain arrived. Only desk lamps marked the models, little towers glowing white. I sharpen one black pencil slowly, draw a line from east to west. You stand across the drafting table, reading every measured breath. A scale ruler shifts beneath my palm, the paper moves a single inch. You reach to stop the corner curling, our hands arrive at different points. You speak about structural tension, low bearing walls and open space. I mark another narrow passage, then look directly at your face. Columns hold weight, bridges distribute pressure. Every stable structure depends upon its measure. But somewhere in the blueprint, a line refuses to behave. I leave it unresolved and watch your attention change. Redraw the room around me, move the doorway to the side. Take the walls you thought were certain, let them open somewhere wide. I can shift the whole perspective with the pencil and the curve. You can calculate the structure, you cannot calculate the nerve. Redraw the room around me, let the old proportions fall. Sometimes what you cannot enter becomes the center of it all. A cardboard model fills a corner, its roof removed to show within. You bend above the tiny staircase, I switch the internal lighting dim. The miniature windows cast long rectangles across the cuff around your wrist. I move one wall inside the model, a hidden courtyard starts to exist. You ask why I wasn't there before, I say the first plan felt too safe. Your smile appears without permission, I erase another measured space. Rainwater slide beyond the office glass, turning towers into abstract shapes. I roll the final drawings into cylinders, leaving one sheet flat beneath your gaze. Graphite, paper, steel, and thread, empty rooms inside your head. One revision changes flow, I draw the entrance, you still don't know. Change the blueprint one more time, move the center toward the edge. Leave a staircase without landing, build a room beyond the grid. You believe design was logic, every answer drawn to scale. Then one unfinished elevation made your certainty derail. Take the plans into the morning, study every line alone. You may understand the building, you still won't understand where I have gone. I switch off the drafting lamps, the miniature city turns black. One red pencil remains, a glossy copy. Nothing looks the same under a safe light. Even skin learns another color. outside, brightness disappears. 3 shallow trays line the counter, clear liquid holding hidden scenes. I remove the film from its canister, feed the strip between my fingers. You stand beneath the crimson bulb, watching blankness become intention. Developer rolls across the paper, slow gray shadows gather shape. First a shoulder, then a doorway, then a figure without a face. You move nearer to the tray, trying to identify the frame. I lift the print before it finishes. Water carries off the name. Image forming, edges deepening, silver halide, keeping secrets. What was invisible starts to show, but revelation doesn't mean you'll get to know. Stay inside the chemical red, where every surface changes meaning. Let the darkness make the picture before daylight starts correcting. Watch the photograph emerge, watch it stop before completion. Your imagination fills the missing parts better than perfect definition. Chemical red running through the room. One unfinished negative can follow you beyond the afternoon. I clip wet prints above the sink, drops collecting at their corners. One shows empty stairs at midnight, another catches moving water. You notice one exposure near the end, my profile cut by passing headlights. The second figure beside me blurred, reduced to motion without identity. You asked who stood beyond the lens. I turned in larger, slightly higher. The projected grain covers my collarbone. White light inside a field of fire. I place fresh paper on the easel, count 6 seconds underneath the beam before the final image develops. I switch to safe light, completely off. Darkness without red, breathing without sight. A room that was already close becomes smaller without light, then click. Crimson returns. You haven't moved. Remain inside the chemical red, where certainty dissolves in liquid. Every frame becomes more tempting when the subject stays implicit. Let the final print keep changing. Some shadows deepen as they dry. What appears beneath controlled exposure may look different outside. The first daylight enters the hallway. I open the sealed door. You look down at the drying line. One photograph is missing. Tiny gears beneath the lens, brass teeth turning out of sight. The workshop clock says almost 3, yet none of them agree tonight. Your coat hangs near the wooden door, beside a row of silver tools. I hold a movement in my palm, a little universe of rules. You lean across the watchmaker's bench, careful not to touch the springs. A ruby bearing catches fire whenever my wrist slowly turns. I win the crown exactly twice, then listen for the balance wheel. You ask me how I know it works, I place it near your ear instead. Tick against your breathing, metal close to skin. The smallest mechanism makes the largest tension begin. Give me hours without numbers. Let the dial forget its face. We can lose an entire evening without leaving any trace. Let the pendulum keep swinging, let the mainspring tighten slow. You came here asking what time it was. Now you'd rather never know. Hours without numbers hidden underneath the hands. Every measured little second slips beyond your careful plans. A pocket watch from 1920 rests beneath the velvet cloth. I open up its engraved cover. Your reflection appears across the gloss. Someone carved initials near the hinge. 2 letters almost worn away. You try to read the faded story. I close the case before you can. The regulator moves 1 fraction, changing everything inside you. Watch my fingertips correct it while your own stay occupied. The clocks along the northern wall begin announcing different hours. 20 bells collide together. Your composure disappears beneath the sound. 1 gear catches, another turns. 1 hand waits, another burns. Time was built to keep things clear. Why does everything blur when you stand here? Keep these hours without numbers. Let the watches contradict. Some encounters ruin schedules simply by refusing to be fixed. When the first string crosses this morning, when the workshop shutters rise, you can set your watch correctly, but not what happened in your mind. I return the movement to its case. Every clock resumes its role. You leave at exactly 4:17. 3 minutes later, you check again. Clay beneath my fingernails, fire behind the brick. Some shapes require pressure, others require heat. The ceramic studio stays open late. Shelves crowded with unfinished forms. I sit behind the spinning wheel, apron tied above a satin shirt. A lump of porcelain turns beneath my hands, water shining over pale material. You stand beside the glazing table, watching symmetry appear from fours. My thumbs pressing wood at the center, opening space inside the clay. The vessel rises through my fingers, narrow at the neck, then wide again. You ask how much pressure is enough. I say too little change is nothing. Too much distorts the whole arrangement. You stop asking questions after that. Wet earth, steady wheel, shape responding to what it feels. Palm, fingertip, I control the amount. Foam appears where resistance gives out. Learn the count language. Heat has its own vocabulary. The surface changes completely without announcing what it carries. Turn me slowly with the wheel, keep the pressure disciplined. Anything worth keeping shape needs tension underneath the skin. Learn the count language, you'll understand it when it burns. I cut the vessel free with wires, set it near a row of drying cups. You choose a brush from the glaze station, dip it into cobalt blue. I hand you one unfinished bowl. Your fingers mark the outer edge. Instead of correcting the impression, I leave the print exactly where it lands. The kiln behind us clicks and expands, temperature climbing toward 1,000 orange embers through the viewing port, painting one side of Your expression copper. You step closer to inspect the flame. I stand directly behind your shoulder, near enough that you stop breathing normally, far enough to make the difference matter. Raw becomes permanent, powder becomes glass, color hidden before firing. Arise only after the furnace, nothing can be rushed. Once the door is sealed, you either trust the process or destroy the peace. Remember the chem language. When the finished surface cools, every mark you thought was accidental may become the strongest feature. Let the cobalt darken overnight. Let the porcelain find its tone. By morning every piece will harden. Accept the question you take home. The kiln reaches temperature. I turn off the studio lamps. Behind the brick everything transforms, where neither of us can see it happen. White petals on the seats, a catalog across your knee. Everything here has an estimate, almost everything. The auction preview closes early. Guards remain beside the walls. I walk between illuminated objects, each one waiting for a call. A bronze figure from Vienna, a lacquer box from Kyoto, letters written by a stranger who disappeared a century ago. You find me near the final display, lot 9 beneath a narrow lamp. There is no photograph inside the catalog, only dimensions and an empty blank. You ask the specialist what it contains. She smiles and says the owner requested privacy. That answer makes you look at me as though I arranged the mystery. Estimated value undisclosed, partially known, excellent availability, depends who asks. Raise Nixon for lot number 9. Keep your paddle on your chair. Some things lose their fascination the moment ownership is declared. You can watch the room compete. You can hear the numbers climb. The desire isn't highest bidder. Price and access don't align. Lot number 9 stays covered while every other object sells. You came prepared to purchase certainty. Instead you found something else. The falling evening fills the hall. Collectors whisper beneath white lights. I take a seat along the final row. You choose somewhere directly opposite. Paintings move for $500,000. Jewels disappear within a minute. An antique clock exceeds projection, yet your catalog stays open at 9. The auctioneer finally reaches it. Assistants carry out a narrow case. Black fabric hides the entire object. No one sees what waits beneath. Bidding begins before unveiling. 3 paddles rise, then 7, then yours. I never lift mine. The number climbs beyond reason. Your expression remains perfectly still until I stand. Going once, silence. Going twice. Your eyes leave the auctioneer for the first time tonight. They land exactly where I wanted. Forget about lot number 9. Let somebody else secure it. What pulled you through the bidding was never hidden under hammer falls. Applause moves across the hall. You turn toward my seat. Empty. Cold stone under bare fingers, heat hidden underneath. The room looks almost frozen, but appearances deceive. The bathhouse closes after midnight, steam drifting underneath the arches. I walk beside the empty fountains, gold mosaic breaking through the vapor. You remain beneath the marble column, the sleeves rolled loosely to your wrists. Water travels from an ancient spout, every drop repeating in the distance. I lower my hand into the basin, watch the surface change around my skin. You ask if the water feels warm enough. I answer only with a smaller grin. Stone stays quiet, steam keeps rising. Temperature needs no announcing. 1 degree, then several more. Nothing moves yet, nothing feels as before. Measure the marble temperature, tell me when the cold turns warm. You can stand beside the water, still be caught inside the storm. Watch the vapor cross my shoulders, watch it vanish near the dome. What begins as pure composure doesn't always leave you whole. Doesn't always leave you whole. Don't confuse the polished surface with the current underneath. Marble keeps its face untouched while holding centuries of heat. A brass tap turns beneath my fingers, warm water spilling across a white stone. You move from underneath the column, leaving your reflection there alone. The ceiling disappears behind the mist, every arch becomes a softer shape. I step through one curtain of vapor, you lose me briefly in the haze. When I emerge beside the second basin, there is less than one arm between us. Neither body crosses that final measure. The unfinished space becomes enough. Condensation, golden tile, quiet pressure held a while. Fading outline, hidden eyes. He can travel without fire. Forget the marble temperature, your senses already know. Every surface that looked distant has begun to overflow. Soon the steam will leave the ceiling, soon the stone will turn severe. But the room will feel much colder after neither of us is here. Caretaker unlocks the entrance, fresh air enters through the hall. I fasten my coat in silence. Water keeps running down the wall. Clouds move across the ceiling, though there is no open sky. A room of mirrored panels keeps multiplying every side. The photography studio after midnight still holds heat from afternoon lamps. Backdrops hang like distant horizons. Silver stands forming narrow narrow paths. I sit beside an unused camera, one heel resting on a wooden case. You adjust a reflector near the wall. 20 versions of you enter the mirrors. A fan sends fabric through the scent. White silk rising like artificial weather. I step behind the moving curtain, reappearing somewhere you didn't expect. No shutter clicks, no images taken. Still you watch as if the frame might disappear before you capture it. Left becomes right, near becomes far. Every reflection changes where we are. Cloud without rain, flash without sound. A single room keeps turning around. Read the mirror weather, tell me what you think you see. Every angle gives an answer, none of them completely agree. When the silver panels shift to certainty divides, you may follow one reflection while the real thing passes by. Read the mirror weather, watch the atmosphere reverse. Sometimes being almost certain only makes the wanting worse. I switch one spotlight to a softer beam. The entire studio turns pearl gray. Your reflection appears beside my shoulder, although you're standing several steps away. I lift the camera without taking pictures. Viewfinder framing only half your face. You move instinctively toward the center. I lower it before you reach the place. The fan stops, fabric falls. Every false horizon becomes ordinary. For the first time, nothing moves around us, making stillness unexpectedly heavy. You reach to reposition one mirror. I catch its edge from the opposite side. Our fingers never meet across the metal. The reflected versions do. False distance, true reaction. One surface, 10 directions. No photograph, no evidence, only duplicated consequence. Leave the mirror weather changing, never settle on one view. What looked obvious from one position turns impossible from two. When the studio lights extinguish, every double disappears. You will meet your own reflection and remember who was standing here. The backdrop grows upward, bare concrete replaces the sky. I close the studio door, your reflection leaves last. A paper moon above the doorway, ink stars painted on the wall. This place was built for strangers who were never meant to call. The old motel beside the highway has 12 rooms and one blue sign. I take the key, mark 27, though the building stops at 9. You arrive beneath the buzzing letters, dust along the shoulders of your coat. The clerk is sleeping near the register. A ceiling fan keeps turning slow. I carry nothing but a small black case. You bring a jacket and a folding note. Neither I swear morning fire. distant engines come and go. Wallpaper peeling, floorboards speaking, every doorway keeps a secret. One room missing from the plan. You hold the key you shouldn't have. Check into the paper moon, where the numbers don't align. Every corridor looks ordinary until you reach the final sign. Leave your questions near reception, keep your certainty outside. Tonight the building has another floor that only opens after 5. Underneath the paper moon, nothing has to make complete sense. Some places become unforgettable because they never quite exist. Room 27 smells of cedar, one lamp leaning near the bed. The window faces empty desert, though the highway should be there instead. I pull the curtain halfway open, moonlight cutting through the dust. You examine the impossible horizon, then glance toward me without a word. A rotary phone begins to ring, yet no cable reaches from the wall. I lift the receiver, hear only breathing, then replace it before it stops. The mirror shows a room behind us, but leaves my figure strangely blurred. You touch the glass to test its surface. I laugh before you find the nerve. Wrong number, missing hall, footsteps somewhere through the wall. Paper stars, painted sky, reality can learn to love. Stay inside the paper moon until the motel loses shape. When the neon quits its buzzing, there may be no room to escape. Don't demand a clean conclusion. Don't reduce it to a sign. Some encounters keep their power by refusing to become defined. At sunrise, there are only 8 rooms. The clerk says 27 was never there. You turn toward the highway. My key is still inside your hand. Vinyl turning without music. I need a way to near the groove. You came searching for a record. I changed what you came to choose. The basement shop opens after hours. Shells rising almost to the pipes. I stand between forgotten presents, reading handwritten catalog cards. You pull an album from the 70s, black sleeve cracked along the side. I take it gently from your fingers, inspect the wax beneath the light. One fingerprint remains near track 4, a tiny mark the cleaner couldn't erase. You ask if damaged records still sound beautiful. I lower the needle into place. Soft crackle, then bass. A voice appears from another age. One rotation, 33. Something old turns dangerously new. Follow the silver needle, let it travel through the groove. Every circle pulls you deeper. telling you to move. Hear the imperfections breathing. Hear the hits become a pulse. Perfect sound is often empty. I prefer the beautiful false. Follow the silver needle. Don't interrupt the turn. The closer that you listen, the more the surface starts to burn. The singer fades behind a trumpet, that's dancing over amber bulbs. You lean against the wooden counter, listening harder than before. I choose another unlabeled record. No artist printed on the sleeve. A low female voice enters slowly, singing words neither of us can retrieve. You asked where I discovered it. I tell you, some things find the owners. Then I lift the stylus halfway through, leaving the final phrase suspended. The sudden quiet fills the basement, louder than the track itself. Your eyes remain up on the turntable. Mine remains somewhere else. Side A finished, side B unknown. One empty groove near the center hole. No title, no release. An unfinished song can't refuse to leave. Remember the silver needle and the record without a name. Whenever static fills the speakers, you may hear that room again. Let the missing verse stay missing. Let the chorus stay unresolved. What the music never answered doesn't need to be solved. I return the vinyl to its sleeve. You leave with a different record. Hours later, you realize the bag is empty. Purple flickers on the dashboard, rain threading across the hood. You turn the volume downward when I settle into view. We stop beneath an empty overpass, concrete shining underneath the storm. Your fingers stay around the steering wheel. My silhouette bends across the chrome. No destination entered in the screen. No arrow telling us which way to move. I draw a line across the window mist, then erase it before you read the route. Headlamps travel underneath the bridge. Brief white flashes cutting through your face. You start a sentence, leave it unfinished. I prefer the tension in its place. Engine idling, pulse concealed. Something changes without being revealed. Road behind us, nothing ahead. One small movement turns the atmosphere red. Catch the violet transmission running underneath the noise. I can change your concentration without raising my voice. Let the windshield hold our shadows. The brain fog blur the signs. Keep waiting for direction. Keep rearranging time. There is no need to name and no instruction to obey. Just a violet transmission. vibration entering the seat. I move one knee toward the center console. Your breathing falls behind the beat. The heater paints a softness on the glass. My ring leaves half a circle near the vent. You glance once toward the passenger side, then act as though the motion meant nothing. I switch the radio between two stations. A broken melody arrives and fades. The traffic signal beyond the concrete turns green, although we still remain. No map glowing, no street name, only weather against the frame. One red taillight for we low, we could leave, now neither go. Hold the violet transmission, let it settle underneath. Every careful little distance makes the current run more deep. When the storm begins to weaken, when the road becomes defined, you may finally start the engine, but you will carry what stayed behind. The wipers clear the windshield, morning enters pale and slow. I open the passenger door, you still don't know where to go. Tracing paper on the table, city blocks beneath my hand. You came to discuss a building, now you're studying the plan. The architecture office lost its staff before the midnight rain arrived. Only desk lamps mark the models, little towers glowing white. I sharpen one black pencil slowly, draw a line from east to west. You stand across the drafting table, reading every measured breath. A scale ruler shifts beneath my palm, the paper moves a single inch. You reach to stop the corner curling, our hands arrive at different points. You speak about structural tension, load-bearing walls and open space. I mark another narrow passage, then look directly at your face. Columns hold weight, bridges distribute pressure. Every stable structure depends upon its measure, but somewhere in the blueprint a line refuses to behave. I leave it unresolved and watch your attention change. Redraw the room around me, move the doorway to the side. Take the walls you thought were certain, let them open somewhere wide. I can shift the whole perspective with the pencil and a curve. You can calculate the structure, you cannot calculate the nerve. Redraw the room around me, let the old proportions fall. Sometimes what you cannot enter becomes the center of it all. A cardboard model fills the corner, its roof removed to show within. You bend above the tiny staircase, switch the internal lighting dim. The miniature windows cast long rectangles across the cuff around your wrist. I move one wall inside the model, a hidden courtyard starts to exist. You asked why it wasn't there before, I say the first plan felt too safe. Your smile appears without permission, I erase another measured space. Rainwater slides beyond the office glass, turning towers into abstract shapes. I roll the final drawings into cylinders, leaving one sheet flat beneath your gaze. Graphite, paper, steel, and thread. corner toward the edge. Leave a staircase without landing. Build a room beyond the grid. You believe design was logic, every answer drawn to scale. Then one unfinished elevation made your certainty derail. Take the plans into the morning, study every line alone. You may understand the building, you still won't understand where I have gone. I switch off the drafting lamps. The miniature city turns black. One red pencil remains across your copy. Nothing looks the same under a safe light. Even skin learns another color. The dark room door seals behind us. Outside, brightness disappears. 3 shallow trays line the counter. Clear liquid holding hidden scenes. I remove the film from its canister. Feed the strip between my fingers. You stand beneath the crimson bulb, watching blankness become intention. Developer rolls across the paper. Slow gray shadows gather shape. First a shoulder, then a doorway, then a figure without a face. You move nearer to the tray, trying to identify the frame. I lift the print before it finishes. Water carries off the name. Image forming, edges deepening. Silver halide, keeping secrets. What was invisible starts to show. But revelation doesn't mean you get to know. Stay inside the chemical red, where every surface changes meaning. Let the darkness make the picture before daylight starts correcting. Watch the photograph emerge. Watch it stop before completion. Your imagination fills the missing parts. Better than perfect definition. Chemical red, running through the room. One unfinished negative can follow you beyond the afternoon. I clip wet prints above the sink. Drops collecting at their corners. One shows empty stairs at midnight. Another catches moving water. You notice one exposure near the end. My profile cut bypassing headlights. The second figure beside me blurred, reduced to motion without identity. You ask who stood beyond the lens. I turn the enlarger slightly higher. The projected grain covers my collarbone. White light inside a field of fire. I place fresh paper on the easel. Count 6 seconds underneath the beam before the final image develops. I switch the safe light completely off. Darkness without red, breathing without sight. A room that was already close becomes smaller without light. Then, click, crimson returns. You haven't moved. Remain inside the chemical red, where certainty dissolves in the liquid. Every frame becomes more tempting when the subject stays implicit. Let the final print keep changing. Some shadows deepen as they dry. What appears beneath controlled exposure may look different outside. The first daylight enters the hallway. I open the sealed door. You look down at the drying line. One photograph is missing. Tiny gears beneath the lens, brass teeth turning out of sight. The workshop clock says almost 3. yet none of them agree tonight. Your coat hangs near the wooden door, beside a row of silver tools. I hold a movement in my palm, a little universe of rules. You lean across the watchmaker's bench, careful not to touch the springs. A ruby bearing catches fire whenever my wrist slowly turns. I wind the crown exactly twice and listen for the balance wheel. You ask me how I know it works, I place it near your ear instead. Tick against your breathing, metal close to skin. The smallest mechanism makes the largest tension begin. Seconds fracture, hands refuse alignment. Precision starts to fail under different kinds of time. And I move the minute forward, you remain exactly there. The room keeps counting quietly, but neither of us seems to care. Give me hours without numbers, let the devil get his face. We can lose an entire evening without leaving any trace. Let the pendulum keep swinging, let the mainspring tighten slow. You came here asking what time it was, now you'd rather never know. Hours without numbers, hidden underneath the hands. Every measured little second slips beyond your careful plans. A pocket watch from 1920 rests beneath a velvet cloth. I open up its engraved cover, your reflection appears across the gloss. Someone carved initials near the hinge, 2 letters almost worn away. You try to read the faded story, I close the case before you can. The regulator moves one fraction, changing everything inside you. Watch my fingertips corrected by your own stay occupied. Clocks along the northern wall begin announcing different hours. 20 bells collide together, your composure disappears beneath the sound. One gear catches, another turns. One hand waits, another burns. Time was built to keep things clear. Why does everything blur when you stand here? These hours without numbers, let the watches contradict. Some encounters roofman schedules simply by refusing to be fixed. When the first tram crosses morning, when the workshop shutters rise, you can set your watch correctly, but not what happened in your mind. I return the movement to its case. Every clock resumes its role. You leave at exactly 4:17. 3 minutes later, you check again. Clay beneath my fingernails, fire behind the brick. Some shapes require pressure, others require heat. The ceramic studio stays open late, shelves crowded with unfinished forms. I sit behind the spinning wheel, apron tied above a satin shirt. A lump of porcelain turns beneath my hands, water shining over pale material. You stand beside the glazing table, watching symmetry appear from force. My thumbs pressing wood at the center, opening space inside the clay. The vessel rises through my fingers, narrow at the neck, then wide again. You ask how much pressure is enough, I say too little change is nothing. what it feels. Palm fingertip, a controlled amount. Former peers, where resistance gives out. Learn the kiln language. Heat has its own vocabulary. A surface changes completely without announcing what it carries. Turn me slowly with the wheel. Keep the pressure disciplined. Anything worth keeping shape needs tension underneath the skin. Learn the kiln language. You'll understand it when it burns. I cut the vessel free with wire, setting in a row of drying cups. You choose a brush from the glaze station. Dip it into cobalt blue. I hand you one unfinished bowl. Your fingers mark the outer edge. Instead of correcting the impression, I leave the print exactly where it lands. The kiln behind just clicks and expands. Temperature climbing toward 1,000. Orange enters through the viewing port, painting one side or your expression copper. You step closer to inspect the flame. I stand directly behind your shoulder, near enough that you stop breathing normally, far enough to make the difference matter. Raw becomes permanent, powder becomes glass, color hidden before fire in the rise. Only after the furnace, nothing can be rushed. Once the door is sealed, you either trust the process or destroy the piece. Remember the kiln language. When the finished surface cools, every mark you thought was accidental may become the strongest feature. Let the cobalt darken overnight. Let the porcelain find its tone. By morning every piece will harden, except the question you take home. The kiln reaches temperature. I turn off the studio lamps. Behind the brick everything transforms, where neither of us can see it happen. White petals on the seats, a catalog across your knee. Everything here has an estimate. Almost everything. The auction preview closes early. Guards remain beside the walls. I walk between illuminated objects, each one waiting for a call. A bronze figure from Vienna, a lacquer box from Kyoto, letters written by a stranger who disappeared a century ago. You find me near the final display, light down beneath the narrow lamp. There is no photograph inside the catalog, only dimensions and an empty blank. You ask the specialist what it contains. She smiles and says the owner requested privacy. That answer makes you look at me, as though I arranged the mystery. Estimated value undisclosed, partially known, excellent. Depends who asks. Raise nothing for life. Number 9. Keep your paddle on your chair. Some things lose their fascination the moment ownership is declared. You can watch the room compete. You can hear the numbers climb high, but desire isn't highest bidder. Price and access don't align. Lot number 9 stays covered, while every other object sells. You came prepared to purchase certainty. Instead you found something else. The following evening fills the hall. Collectors whisper beneath white lights. I take a seat along the final row. You choose somewhere directly opposite. Paintings move for 500,000 jewels, disappear within a minute. An antique clock exceeds projection, yet your catalog stays open at 9. The auctioneer finally reaches it. Assistants carry out a narrow case. Black fabric hides the entire object. No one sees what waits beneath. Bidding begins before unveiling. 3 petals rise, then 7, then yours. I never lift mine. The number climbs beyond reason. Your expression remains perfectly still until I stand. Going once, silence. Going twice. Your eyes leave the auctioneer. For the first time tonight, they land exactly where I wanted it. Forget about lot number 9. Let somebody else secure it. What pulled you through the bidding was never hidden underneath it. Let the hammer end the contest. Let the paperwork begin. You can spend a fortune chasing objects that won't tell you where I've been. The hammer falls. Applause moves across the hall. You turn toward my seat, empty. Cold stone under bare fingers, heat hidden underneath. The room looks almost frozen, but appearances deceive. The bathhouse closes after midnight, steam drifting underneath the arches. I walk beside the empty fountains, gold mosaic breaking through the vapor. You remain beneath the marble column, sleeves rolled loosely to your wrists. Water travels from an ancient spout, every drop repeating in the distance. I lower my hand into the basin, watch the surface change around my skin. You ask if the water feels warm enough. I answer only with a smaller grin. Stone stays quiet, steam keeps rising. Temperature needs no announcing. 1 degree, then several more. Nothing moves, yet nothing feels as before. Measure the marble temperature. Tell me when the cold turns warm. You can stand beside the water, still be caught inside the stone. Watch the vapor cross my shoulders, watch it vanish near the dome. What begins as pure composure doesn't always leave you whole. Don't confuse the polished surface with the current underneath. Marble keeps its face untouched while holding centuries of heat. A brass tap turns beneath my fingers, warm water spilling across white stone. You move from underneath the column, leaving your reflection there alone. The ceiling disappears behind the mist. Every arch becomes a softer shape. I step through one curtain of vapor. You lose me briefly in the haze. When I emerge beside the second basin, there is less than 1 arm between us. Neither body crosses the final measure. The unfinished space becomes enough. Condensation, golden tile, quiet pressure held a while. Fading outline, hidden eyes. He can travel without Clouds move across the ceiling, though there is no open sky. A room of mirrored panels keeps multiplying every side. The photography studio after midnight still holds heat from afternoon lamps. Backdrops hang like distant horizons. Silver stands forming narrow paths. I sit beside an unused camera, one heel resting on a wooden case. You adjust a reflector near the wall. 20 versions of you enter the mirrors. A fan sends fabric through the set. White silk rising like artificial weather. I step behind the moving curtain, reappearing somewhere you didn't expect. No shutter clicks, no image is taken. Still you watch as if the frame might disappear before you capture it. Left becomes right, it becomes far. Every reflection changes where we are. Cloud without rain, flash without sound. A single room keeps turning around. Read the mirror weather, tell me what you think you see. Every angle gives an answer, none of them completely agree. When the silver panels shift, your certainty divides. You may follow one reflection while the real thing passes by. Read the mirror weather, watch the atmosphere reverse. Sometimes being almost certain only makes the wanting worse. I switch one spotlight to a softer beam. The entire studio turns pearl gray. Your reflection appears beside my shoulder, although you're standing several steps away. I lift the camera without taking pictures. You find a frame and only half your face. You move instinctively toward the center. I lower it before you reach the place. The fan stops, fabric falls. Every false horizon becomes ordinary. For the first time, nothing moves around us, making stillness unexpectedly heavy. You reach to reposition one mirror eye, catch its edge from the opposite side. Our fingers never meet across the metal, the reflected versions do. False distance, true reaction. One surface, 10 directions. No photograph, no evidence, only duplicated consequence. Leave the mirror weather changing, never settle on one view. What looked obvious from one position turns impossible from two. In the studio, lights extinguish, every double disappears. You will meet your own reflection and remember who was standing here. The backdrop rolls upward. Bare concrete replaces the sky. I close the studio door. Your reflection leaves last. Paper moon above the doorway, ink stars painted on the wall. This place was built for strangers who were never meant to call. The old motel beside the highway has 12 rooms and one blue sign. I take the key mark 27. Oh, the building stops at 9. You arrive beneath the buzzing letters, dust along the shoulders of your coat. The clerk is sleeping near the register. A ceiling fan keeps turning slow. I carry nothing but a small black case. You bring a jacket and a folded note. Neither as where morning finds us outside. Distant engines come and go, 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 go. Wallpaper peeling, floorboard speaking. Every doorway keeps a secret. One room missing from the plan. You hold the key. You shouldn't have. Check into the paper moon, where the numbers don't align. Every corridor looks ordinary until you reach the final sign. Leave your questions near reception. Keep your certainty outside. Tonight the building has another floor that only opens after 5. Underneath the paper moon, nothing does to make complete sense. Some places become unforgettable because they never quite exist. Room 27 smells of cedar. One lamp leaning near the bed. The window faces empty desert, though the highway should be there instead. I pull the curtain halfway open, moonlight cutting through the dust. You examine the impossible horizon, then glance toward me without a word. A rotary phone begins to ring. Yeah, no cable reaches from the wall. I lift the receiver, hear only breathing, then replace it before it stops. The mirror shows the room behind us, but leaves my figure strangely blurred. You touch the glass to test its surface. I laugh before you find the nerve. Wrong number, missing hall. Footsteps somewhere through the wall. Paper stars, painted sky. Reality can learn to lie. Stay inside the paper moon until the motel loses shape. When the neon quits its buzzing, there may be no room to escape. Don't demand a clean conclusion. Don't reduce it to a sign. Some encounters keep their power by refusing to become defined. At sunrise, there are only 8 rooms. The clerk says 27 was never there. You turn toward the highway. My key is still inside your hand. Vinyl turning without music. I need a way to near the groove. You came searching for a record. I changed what you came to choose. The basement shop opens after hours. Shelves rising almost to the pipes. I stand between forgotten pressings, reading handwritten catalog cards. You pull an album from the 70s, black sleeve cracked along the side. I take it gently from your fingers, inspect the wax beneath the light. One fingerprint remains near track 4, a tiny mark the cleaner couldn't erase. You ask if damaged records still sound beautiful. I lower the needle into place. Soft crackle, then bass. A voice appears from another age. One rotation, 33. Something old turns dangerously new. Follow the silver needle, let it travel through the groove. Every circle pulls you deeper without telling you to move. Hear the imperfections breathing, hear the hiss become a pulse. Perfect sound is often empty, I prefer the beautiful fall. Follow the silver needle, don't interrupt the turn. The closer that you listen, the more the surface starts to burn. The singer fades behind a trumpet, dust dancing over amber bowls. You lean against the wooden counter, listening harder than before. I choose another unlabeled record, no artist printed on the sleeve. A low female voice enters slowly, singing words neither of us can retrieve. You ask where I discovered it, I tell you some things find their own nerves. Then I lift the stylus halfway through, leaving the final phrase suspended. The sudden quiet fills the basement, louder than the track itself. Your eyes remain upon the turntable, mine remains somewhere else. Side A finished, side B unknown, empty groove near the center hole. No title, no release, an unfinished song can refuse to leave. Remember silver needle and a record without a name. Whenever static fills your speakers, you may hear that room again. Let the missing verse stay missing, let the chorus stay unresolved. What the music never answered doesn't need to be solved. I return the vinyl to its sleeve. You leave with a different record. Hours later, you realize the bag is empty. Purple flickers on the dashboard, rain threading across the hood. You turn the volume downward when I settle into view. We stop beneath an empty overpass, concrete shining underneath the storm. Your fingers stay around the steering wheel, my silhouette bends across the chrome. No destination entered in the screen, no arrow telling us which way to move. I draw a line across the window mist and erase it before you read the route. Headlamps travel underneath the bridge, brief white flashes cutting through your face. You start a sentence, leave it unfinished. I prefer the tension in its place. Engine idling, pulse concealed. Something changes without being revealed. Road behind us, nothing ahead. One small movement turns the atmosphere red. Catch the violet transmission running underneath the noise. I can change your concentration without raising my voice. Let the windshield hold our shadows, let the rain fall, blur the signs. You keep waiting for direction, I keep rearranging time. gas and shakes the guardrail. Low vibration entering the seat. I move one knee toward the center console. Your breathing falls behind the beat. The heater paints a softness on the glass. My ring leaves half a circle near the vent. You glance once toward the passenger side, then act as though the motion meant nothing. I switch the radio between two stations. A broken melody arrives and fades. The traffic signal beyond the concrete turns green, although we still remain. No map glowing, no street name, only weather against the frame. One red tail light far below. We could leave now. Neither goes. Hold the Baddie transmission.